Well, I could go to my grandparents. Could drive down there.
He's going to his grandparents.
They gotta be camping around.
Oh, dude, I got
In the
somebody. I
bush.
got somebody.
They gotta be 55.
Yeah, you got him all right. Today, I got a banger for you guys. We're going to be covering a recent quads match from me and my homies. And I will say this is a match we played absolutely terribly, but we got our shit together and we got the win in the end. And I want you guys to really pay attention, not just from our mistakes, but the mistakes of enemies and learn from what we did wrong. But let's dive into it. One of our favorite spots to land is going to be around the bank area. I really enjoy coming here, mostly for two reasons. One, a lot of money, and two, usually a lot of kills. I mean, bank isn't the hottest spot, but it's damn near close to one of them. And again, I always encourage everybody, if you're trying to get better at the game, again, perfect your fighting before you do anything else, and places like this is what you want to do. Guy in bottom bank, no guns. Love that out of you. Still love that out of you. Still, I mean, wow, dude. Wow, thank God no one landed up here. Right now, Baba unfortunately landed on ground level, and to be honest, it's really a break in team communication. Normally, we all land on the rooftop, and I think we all just kind of went solo on this one. There were no comms on where we're landing at. So I'm on the roof, I'm jumping down to help my teammate. Art's on the opposite side of the building. So him and Baba went down in two different locations from, I'm assuming, the same squad. So there's potentially 4 enemies minimum in this building. You see Inks over here stealing some loot. I start to execute, then I realize that's body savage. Finish the fucking fight. And then Inks execute him.
Two right next to us. 2 on us. He's one. I go. Oh! He's one.
All right, very close fight there. Thank God I had a secondary, and just simply whip out your secondary and get the shots off. A lot of players, when we spectate them, they sit there, they'll have a secondary, but they'll reload that primary. And if I would have done that, if I would have taken the time to reload and rechild instead of just relying on my pistol, my teammate would be dead, and honestly, I'd probably be dead too. But let's take it back real quick, and we're going to be breaking down a lot of these fights. Now, when it comes to laying prone, there are certain situations, if you feel like you're being stacked, if there's multiple enemies around you, sometimes going prone and holding a doorway or an angle is pretty beneficial, especially if you can get up quickly and try to outplay the enemies from there. But what this guy's doing, laying in the middle of the floor wide open, even if he was to stand up, it's going to be very difficult for him to jump. Fortunately for him, though, I do miss all my shots, and it's really the only reason why he does survive this, because the moment I snap on his location, he does happen to get up, and unfortunately I'm not able to track. So bad on me for missing the shots. Even being ground loot weapons, there's just no excuse for that. I'm a bot. But again, try not to do that. He survived it. Still not a good play.
He's one.
So knowing what we know about the fight, what happened? What went wrong here? Well, there's 2 enemies. We didn't know there were 2. We thought there was 1. They could have baited us relatively easy by doing what? By sitting here holding this angle. So basically, play angles to your advantage. The fact that the first guy who was laying prone had a plate up, I forgive him. He had to, again, plate up and do what he needed to do. But his teammate should have been holding this spot here and watched us come through. And you don't just want to stand in the open like he did. Again, put your shoulder against this. You want to try your best. Let me try to demonstrate this shit for you real quick. But you want to try your best to, again, pretend like it's real life type shit. So instead of just going out there like this, you want to try to play it. You can mount if you want. You don't have to mount, but that's definitely what you guys want to do. And they really just allowed us to close the gap to them and basically just shit on them. So that's just unfortunate. And also just point out, he went ahead and started executing my teammate instead of, again, playing his life.
All right, where are we going? Yo, Art, wait, did he mute?
He mutes for a living.
He's full mute.
Hey, if you have teammates that mute, yell at them. Y'all hear that? Heard footsteps, so now I know there's an enemy here. Footsteps are not always reliable, but if you do hear something, you gotta know it's true. Also, what's weird is I literally just reloaded this gun and I only had 27 bullets in it. I was fucking... Oh, right in the front door. There's 2. There's 2.
I got you, Art. I got you, baby. I got you.
I
Come
fucking
back right
hate
there.
this.
I'm on the staircase. I'm on the staircase.
Did you Devin?
Yeah, I didn't know you were in my gulag.
Okay,
Keep
it's
going.
fine.
Keep going.
If you want to res right here and just hold that angle.
Are they first floor or what?
All right, so since this fight's taking a little long, notice what I said, the res on the staircase, but allow yourself to have visual on the door. That way, if the door busts open, if they come through, he'll have time to exit the animation and get shots on the enemy. A lot of players will just kind of res in the open. They'll res right here, they'll res right here, they'll res at the bottom. Again, try to crawl to safety and allow your teammate to get a res while able to hold an angle so he can break away to cover. Now, let's talk about what I did. Like I said, this isn't the greatest game in the world, but there's a lot of lessons to be learned from both sides. So as I had told you guys about holding angles, what did I do wrong? I didn't hold the angle. Now, why didn't I hold the angle? Well, he baited my ass. I'm gonna be honest. He straight baited me. I shouldn't have been baited for one simple fact that we didn't even hit this motherfucker. So there's no reason for him to run around and plate. And for some reason in my head, I thought he was plating. So I proceeded to push up to hopefully challenge him. I only heard one set of footsteps. So at that time, I'm hoping there's only one set of footsteps, but as I'm getting knocked, I do hear a second set. And again, just me putting myself out of position. So again, just a massive mistake. We watched the enemy do it and I ended up following up doing the exact same thing.
Right here. I'm on mark. Black mark. I'm watching out. Cover. I'm already here.
Wait. Door knocked.
Knock. Good shit, guys.
Watch out. Now remember, I know there's another player, and there he is.
Mine.
Oh, we're dead.
It's just one. It's just one.
People up here.
Now, as far as the enemy's concerned, he had this entire wall to play. Granted, it is a 1v3 at this point. Our teammates over here on the other side of the building, so it's gonna be a very hard fight for him to win anyway. But his best play again is to sit here, breaking away to a tree. It was just suicide. What is sneak aim?
What the fuck did you just say?
Close left, Baba. Like other corner. You're looking at him, Savage. Like over here somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna get the high
Maybe
ground.
outside the wall.
Yeah, I'm just on this
Not
side.
you.
Sneak.
.com.
I'm dead.
One more on me. I'm down.
That's unfortunate.
No, I couldn't make it in.
All right, so right there as well, communication is definitely key. Having great comms is key. Trying to call out where enemies at is key. Granted, he did ping it, which is awesome, and it's not really the reason I died, but I just want to go ahead and throw out there, like, when you guys are comming, I want you guys to notice the amount of time between the first comm and the ping, and notice how confused I was trying to figure out what the hell he was talking about, right? What is sneak aim?
What the fuck did you just say?
Close left, Baba. Like other corner. You're looking at him, Savage. Like over here somewhere.
So there's 5 seconds in between this fight where I'm just clueless, have no idea what's going on. Try your best to always ping instantaneously as you're calling out. I know on controller it might be a little difficult. Mouse and keyboard is relatively easy to ping while you're doing multiple things, but pinging is crucial. Now, as far as me crawling up the ladder, could I have done something differently? No. I wanted the high ground. I wanted to be able to help my teammates out with the fight that we knew existed. He just happened to jump out the window, and it was just unfortunate timing. And again, with TTK, there's not really much you could do, especially when you're this high up and this vulnerable. So it was just bad placement on my part. But again, I just don't know how else would have got the high ground without climbing the ladder. For X amount of hours before I get. All right, when it comes to gulags, what I always want to recommend to you guys is wired as fuck. Play together.
Videos or
Play together. Too many times we're in positions like this where we're together, he's by himself. So the enemy team split up right now, and again, we're together, and look who prospers from this. It's relatively such a simple idea. And what I don't understand was when people go far right over here, like, why wouldn't you want the high ground?
Like,
No way, he
dipped on me like
behind us.
yo roof here,
have your back. Out of me.
Building behind us.
yo roof here. You see that, Pablo?
Yeah,
We'll drop
yeah.
on him. Going.
Oh, behind us, bro.
Wow.
Well, why is he finishing? Like, holy fuck.
Another
I'm so
incident.
tired. Have your back.
Or another instance where an enemy just goes for the finish instead of, again, playing his life. And the fact that I'm standing right here, the fact that my teammate just jumped off, he can definitely see me. Everyone's got FOV now. There's no excuse. I'm literally fucking 15 feet away from my teammate. So I'm not fully plated up yet. Bot move on my part. So I grabbed the satchel, instantly went to divert to whoever was being pinged. So now I'm underplated. And instead of, again, playing his life and going for the second kill, we could have easily been a double kill. He goes for the Exy. which is just absolutely wild. And again, he was fully plated. That could have been an easy double kill for him. Big mistake going for the XE. Something we see from players all the time. All the time, people going for the executions. Granted, there are times you want to get the executions. If they're off in the distance and they're crawling to safety, you don't want them to self-res, fine. But in a close quarter situation like this, do not go for the XEs unless they're self-resing.
This is custom gun.
And now we're moving on, and literally, we have 88 up. We still don't have our weapons. Unfortunately, we all keep dying. We're all broke. And now we're trying to make our way
This was stronghold with someone
to the buy station.
UE up on us. Oh, on the road, on the road.
Yeah, I think we came back.
So unfortunately, I have this
Christ,
garbage ass
son.
sniper, and because I am a sniper main, I'm a little overconfident, even though I've never used this gun with this build. So I probably shouldn't be super confident with this. Play a little bit safer, and you're gonna notice how I adapt to that and just try my best to not put myself in a dumbass position.
Just every
Is he still right here? Yeah, Samson.
almost broken.
One of the downfalls of having a bright ass fucking helmet is you can see everything. He's standing out like a sore thumb.
Crack tanks. Right here on wall.
All right, so basically my job right now is just to make sure the enemy feels the pressure, to make sure that he hopefully remains cracked, maybe even downed, while my teammate Anks goes up to the right-hand side, vaults up on top, or maybe even goes under the bridge, and hopefully pushes close to the enemy and absolutely annihilates him.
Right here now.
Because we don't have our loadout weapons, even though it is a 3v1, we've got to try our best to
Down that pussy ass bitch.
not be hyper aggressive
you,
because
live.
we don't know where his teammates
By the,
are. There we go. They have their loading, we do not, even though groundless is viable.
Push it up.
And, you know, it's still hard.
He's rotating to you, Anks.
It's still hard to beat a
come
team that's at least competent with their loadout when you have ground loot bullshit like I do and like my teammates do. And again, notice the pings going out from my teammates. The communication, you know, whether it's delayed or not, at least it's getting put out there.
How are you not dead? Oh, it's a fennec, of course.
All right, so right now my teammate just died and he said the fennec. When my teammate died, we don't know who killed him because we're focused on the guy on the billboard, and most people would assume the guy on the billboard is the one that killed him. But because our teammate said, oh, the fennec, great. I now know that the second guy we had spotted earlier, or technically the third guy, had pushed up to him and gotten the kill. So wherever my teammate had died at, he's relatively fucking close.
He might come up below us.
So I'm trying to predict his movement, and going under the bridge is really his best bet. It's the only way he's going to be able to close the gap. And there he is. Should have given. I checked literally 2 seconds prior. He wasn't there. He just happened around the corner, and thankfully we rechecked, and there it is.
Long ago.
Now, what do we notice about this enemy team compared to our team? What are they doing wrong compared to us? Well, there's several things. One, first and foremost, they're not playing together. They're fighting the same fight, but they're just coming in one at a time. And again, it's like shooting fish in the barrel, just like how we were going down inside bank because we were going in one at a time. Baba went in, died. Art went in, died. I went in, died. Work together, play together, and develop that team synergy. Two, we can gatekeep them easy, right? Because of the circle rotation, all we have to do is play this, and we can easily gatekeep them and prevent them from leaving their spot. And three, why the hell was that guy sitting on the billboard? We'll never know.
I love how they don't die from fall damage. I love that shit.
All right, so now we finally came to our buy station. We're gonna skip all the BS of rotating because nothing really happened.
Yeah, right here in front of us, right in front of us. Right in front of us on ping.
There was no strategy, but again, we got our loadout weapons, and you feel a lot more confident, a lot more competent, and get more kills and start hunting once you get them. We took a little long because we just had a very rough start. We played like absolute shit. And this is the regain opportunity.
Rotate the vehicle and distract them a different angle. Oh, there's a whole team on me. There we go. Holy.
So again, sitting in the tree lines, not really good cover, more or less concealment. But again, the trees are so damn thin, it's really not even concealment. We know you're there. And again, notice how I didn't go for the execute. I saw this guy moving as well, went to go get the headshot. Fortunately, my teammate got the kill. But again, notice how I didn't just go for the easy execution because of how close we were. If I would have been far away sniping, I would have clapped them long ago. But again, because of closeness, I wanted to play the life and hopefully finish off the fight and get the 7th kill. So at this point with this circle here, this is when I start Forgive the coloring. I was never good at that in class. But this is the point where I start saying, okay, where do I need to go? Where's positioning? Circles before this, it's an F-off fest, going for kills, going for my shit. This is the part where you need to start breaking it down, saying where I need to go. Now, if you look at the circle, look at this street right here, right? It breaks it almost in half. So I like to tell myself which side is going to be the best side. And because of the terrain right here, being the high ground, it's going to be the best side. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, Savage, what about this? Well, it's a good question. So if you look at this area here, it's only a small portion of the zone. If you look at this right here, this is a way bigger portion. So what does that mean? Well, I like to play the game of odds. There's a better chance of the circle favoring this than favoring this little sliver. In fact, it's almost a 0% chance that this is going to be favored at all. So again, I like to go for the bigger portion. But again, the number one thing I want you guys to gather and learn from what I just said is this zone here. This is when positioning starts to come into play.
Where we res that?
I have a
They
secondary.
just fell in, whole team.
So good comments by my dude Angst saying whole team being rezzed. I do a 360, see the
Guys,
flare in
if
the
you're
air.
curious
It's a
how
dead
to call
giveaway.
as a squad,
Yeah,
this is not how to do it.
Somebody's got to make. Okay, whatever.
I'm killing the team behind us at the bike.
Okay, great.
So right now we are collapsing as a squad. Now, why are we collapsing as a squad? Well, if I wasn't running my mouth, you would hear that we're just arguing on where we want to go. I want to push the zone. Art wants to go to the zone as well. Ink sees kills. He wants to get the kills. Now, this is the moment where I adapt, right? Yeah, we definitely want to get the kills first because if we don't, they'll be behind us. So we can put ourselves in a bad spot. Art wanted to continue going forward, which still is not a bad idea, especially because we have a vehicle. That's clearly where he's trying to go. But again, dude, I want to help knock the lobby off. Why let these guys survive when we can end up possibly dying to them later on? It's literally what I try to tell you guys in every video. This is bad, dude.
I'm dead.
So this is now a spot. Art went back to get the muni, and he has the vehicle there. And he says, and I quote, "I'm dead." Again, collapse and teamwork, not sticking together, and you're about to see why it's such a crucial thing. I notice his health goes down, I instantly divert, and again, adapt one more time. You see me kind of being pulled like a rubber band right now, trying to figure out who I'm gonna go to. This is why you gotta pick a fight and go with your move. There's just no way around it.
What you got?
Warehouse, at least one.
Knocked him.
Nice shots. There was at least 3.
No, I didn't knock you guys. I'm helping Art. So real quick right there, the reason why I didn't just instantly push up
Talk to me what you got.
and fight him is because I saw Art was behind the wall. So even though you can't see this, I can see it on my screen. So I'm watching the left side of this and the right side. I don't see much of the right, but I know based on the height of characters, if he does come this way, which he probably will, because again, Art was one-tapped. I'm technically baiting right now. They'll be able to get the easy kill. And that's exactly what happens. I wait for him to run into my crosshair, pull the trigger. The rest is fucking history.
Knocked him.
Easy knock. The moment I get that knock, I push up.
No, I
I
didn't knock
push
you
up
guys.
not to get
Art.
to execute, but when the teammates get knocked, when the enemy team players get knocked, if there is another squad member somewhere around, it's going to freeze them up a little bit to think, do I want to go for the res? Do I just want to kind of hold position, kind of like I just did? So I want to go ahead and close the gap, get to Art as fast as possible.
No.
Unfortunately, I don't really have an SMG or a close range gun at all.
That's why we stay together right here. This is literally why we stay together.
One's pushing in the middle right now. He's like right behind there. If you can see that mark.
All right, so I never got my kill from the guy I just
way too
knocked.
long.
And that needs to be throwing red flags in
He's on
the
bar.
air.
Knocked. Thank you.
I don't know if
We
he
can
self.
ride
I don't know if
rotate
they
on
just
these guys,
bailed
go
out
northwest
altogether,
after we
and there's a
kill
good
these
chance
guys.
they did because,
And
again, look at the
sniper in
timer on
front
the
of
zone. Now, I always tell you guys, don't play the edge of the zone. And as you guys can see, we're playing the edge of the zone. Now, why is this bad and why are we doing it? Well, it's bad because, again, edge of zone, you get in a lot of fights. We're on the edge. We're fighting two teams at the same time. You want to avoid that. So we were just sitting on the edge mostly because we were waiting for the next zone. Granted, we probably shouldn't have been out in the open. Again, our teamwork collapsed. We probably should have been playing together. All right, but anyway, here we are back in reality, back in present time. We got to kill this team because now we've waited too long to rotate. If we decided to say, F it, we're going, these guys would just shoot us in the back, and we run a risk of being gate kept and held by another squad and essentially being pinched. So we have to win this fight. And again, unfortunately, missing my sniper shots. He's right here on the
They're all
wall.
dead.
That would have been a real
dead.
crucial pick right there, and he was crouched. That was a very easy shot, and I just threw it twice.
Do we have enough supply?
Is this your gold lock runnings?
And again, I need to honestly loot and just get an SMG. because the running speed with the RPK is just isn't it. It's not a good sniper support whatsoever. And right now I'm trying to check their bags for any kind of decent weapon. And there's a cast off.
Yeah, we definitely waited way too long. Now we're fucking playing victim to this shit. But in our defense, there were a fuck ton of people here.
Yeah, so you hear me saying, I'm streaming live right now, so I'm telling the chat, like, we shouldn't be in this position. There were a lot of people here, so we kind of overstayed our welcome, but we were kind of forced to. Kind of.
No,
we definitely could have left way
to the
earlier, but we
southwest
were
far up.
being selfish. We wanted to see that next zone, and it really put us in a
What
spot.
the fuck? I did not mean to ping that guy.
So again, notice how I'm just looking around. I'm being very observant. I'm checking the hills. I'm checking our left.
Was
There's
this
always
loadout?
going to be people over there. And remember, I remember that team that I knocked that almost killed Art. I remember them. At least one of them's there. So I'm on high alert because I know damn well they're going to try to either sneak us or they're going to gatekeep us. Great ping by my teammate. Speak of the devil.
What's close,
Perfect
I
time.
think?
There he is.
Right here on ping, right here on ping, right behind the pipes. Running down. Live ping, live ping.
Live mark.
Knocked.
Beautiful knock.
Someone got out the car, right? Yeah, right here. Oh, damn. Get your savage. I love you.
Gotcha, love you, man.
Spin.
All right, and just a good job by us being finally 2-2. We're close enough together. Both of our groups of two are close enough together to where we can help each other out. And again, because I was near Baba, the moment he went down, I could instantly just beam that dude with the ground loot Koskov. Someone tell me how to pronounce that damn thing.
If y'all need ammo.
Now all is well. Everyone's happy. We finally killed a team to our left, but there's still 9 enemy teams left, and we're in a bad spot. We're still in a bad spot. So a lot of players in this position would feel the pressure, and they would just go to the buildings over here. But it's not what you want to do. Again, we want to get to that ridge. We want to get to that high ground. So no matter what happens between point A and point B, don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Winning the damn game.
It's gonna be a fun ending.
Yeah, they're fighting right now. Up front.
I say we just keep going. We should go back right, not fight these guys.
I
Really
agree.
close on the wall, right in front of you, Baba.
He's knocked.
Thank you, though.
And this is why comms
Where's my fucking
listening
tag?
to your squad is so
So there was a
important.
guy on my ping, Anx. He was running like where you are now.
Yeah, they're fighting right now. Up front.
I say we just keep going. We should go back right, not fight these guys.
I
Really
agree.
close on the wall, right in front of you, Baba.
He's knocked. Did you knock him?
So Art said we need to wrap right and not fight these guys, and he couldn't be any more right. We need to for two reasons. One, there's a possibility we could die from these guys, and they're fighting it out right now. We could third party and get the easy kills, but we run the risk of wasting plates, wasting ammo, and again dying. Not a big deal, but the biggest factor is again pre-rotating, maintain that sight on the goal of getting up on that fucking high ground and maintaining the best position in the game. The longer that we're here, the more opportunities other teams have to get that. The first team to that high ground, they're going to be the ones that win the game because it's relatively easy to hold. So we got to get out of here. And again, Art is right. Art starts breaking off. I know my squad. I know what these guys are doing. They're locked in. They want the kills. They're hungry. So I'm going to try my best to stick it out with them.
Two teams fighting everywhere.
I think Art's right. We need to worry about getting positioning before the teams do.
leave.
So I go ahead and say it. Baba confirms. Anx, I love you, brother, but this man's a grinder. He's a kill grinder.
Team right here.
No.
Anx, we're not fighting it.
There's gonna be a lot of teams in there. They're gonna fight each other. We need to get position first. We need to keep them because they have to leave. They literally have to leave in about 6 seconds.
That was weird.
And we just leave on foot. Now, taking the vehicle is definitely a better option as far as getting there faster and safer. I usually don't mind walking on foot because you have a little bit of more of an element of surprise if there are people in the hill. Okay? You can usually hit them by surprise.
Thank you.
Let's get up the hill. Yeah. Now, this right here is questionable. Not really sure why we exited the vehicle here because, again, look at the position. We're on the low ground. We're in a very bad spot. And, again, notice this vehicle. Someone else beat us to the punch. So we know that there's going to be enemies up here. No doubt about it. And, again, just reading where vehicles are at. A lot of players don't even look at their mini-map. I'm going to try my best to smoke because they are looking at us and shooting us from behind. The guys we were
That's a really good
just
shot.
looking at fighting.
There's a car.
There's a vehicle up here.
All right, so right now,
Man, what are you doing to me, brother?
we're playing the ridge.
What are you doing to me,
We
brother?
know people are here. We don't know
Yo, thank
where,
you so
but we
much for the
know
fucking
people are here.
499.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait.
Oh, we got comms on me. Comms.
I heard some
Comms.
shoot. I heard some shoot.
People on us.
Watch this. I
Well, I
remember
could
this.
go to my grandparents. Could drive down there.
He's going to his grandparents.
They gotta be camping at
Oh,
around
dude, I got
something.
somebody. I got somebody.
They gotta be 55.
Yeah, you got him all right. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Granted, he's in a solo situation. I know there's really not much you can do, but instead of sitting in the bush, if he would have been playing this ridge, you saw how vulnerable we were. So he basically just gave up. And let me ask you, because there are a lot of you guys watching the video right now that would probably do this and agree with this. Let's say you get to the end of the game. Let's say you're the last person of two different teams, right? It's you versus 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, maybe even if you're lucky, a 1v1. What the hell are you about to do? There's a 75% chance it's going to be more than just one player. What are you going to do in that situation? Nothing. You're not going to do a damn thing. There's still a buy station left in this circle. You still have a vehicle. Again, if he was watching the ridge, he could kill us, possibly, because we were stupid vulnerable. He can get our money and he can move on. But instead, this is what he does. Also, guys, be aware of your prox chat. It's cute. It's fun. I get it. And it's cool with your teammates. But be very careful because you guys will reveal your position to us.
I mean,
Oh,
No,
wait,
sorry,
dude saw me.
sorry, bro. Yeah, we saw.
all right, there's a statue here.
No,
Oh,
right
fuck,
here.
get
I'm in the
fucked up.
map.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Behind us.
And I have no cover and concealment. Granted, there's not much, but again, I should be playing the ridge right here. Correcting what he did, I should be doing the exact same thing, but I was too focused on the map and trying to figure out what the hell was going on when we still have 37 seconds before we even know where the next zone's at. So big L on my part.
Armored.
Get this rod. No precision alert. That bitch is right next to me.
Warning, PA.
Watch
Again, notice how I instantly bounced to the rock just in case his bitch repeat, just in case his team was around. I found a piece of cover and it instantly became my best friend. Same thing with Baba. He's utilizing the vehicle as cover as well, and Inks is behind this rock. We instantly, all three of us, vulnerable as shit up here, found some cover hella quick.
It's probably a full team.
Locked one. Be careful, I'm armoring up. Be careful.
Watching.
They're playing Cliff for sure.
Yeah, there it is.
So you got one knock and one execute. I threw down the portable just in case he had another guy laying in a bush.
Down there.
Oh, push you in front of us.
Look at that. Look at this dolphin dive. I mean, let's just get that in slow-mo again. Look at this shit.
We need a building thing down there.
Oh, push you.
Whee! Now, great dolphin dive by him. He saw us. We saw him. He just dove to cover.
Yeah,
Great job.
Right here.
But unfortunately for him, again, he ain't much he can do.
Crack. Fuck this bitch up. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Did you knock him?
I love also the fact that I launched the precision and it landed right here. Happens all the time. But hey, AAA studio with like 3 devs.
It didn't go where I launched it. That's unfortunate.
Oh, another one. I don't know from where.
Same spot. You got your full. He's on this rock here.
Light mark is accurate. Downed on light mark.
Landing in. Behind.
So again, in this situation, I'm going for the execute simply because he's self-resin. That's pretty much a given.
Fucking sit on.
See behind.
3 more teams. We gotta
Casino
aggressively rotate for position on
$24.99.
Yeah, that building.
All right, so let's look at the zone. Right now, we made an educated decision. We want to go ahead and split the zone again, right? So of course, just like I always say, use the opening. Normally, the circles will come down the streets, open terrain, things like that. So just split the circle down the middle because you're going to have to cross one way or another. You want to get to the side that's the bigger half normally. So several reasons why I like this side better. One, I can remain on this high ground and provide sniper cover for my teammates. I've got many self-reses, so even if I get knocked and no one is up here, I made a self-res, so I don't need to be next to my teammates. I think I'm better off at this point providing cover, especially as a sniper, be more of a range player. 2, we have multiple buildings. This out here doesn't really have much of shit. They got a little bitty couple buildings, but for the most part, it's mostly desert. So we have way more cover and concealment on our side. And again, it's bigger. So I always assume the bigger half is going to be the circle, even though that's not always true.
That building. Hold Green's building. Inks is on the right one. That's the best one.
There's 3 guys on the corner of the blue warehouse across.
We got a guy in the
We don't
sky.
have height.
We had a guy in the sky.
Savage.
So hot.
I'm playing this ridge.
Shot. What was that distance? They know, by the way, Baba. Careful.
Now, hopefully I make up for
No,
my
that's
lack of
fine.
sniper shots for you guys right here. And you don't think I'm a total bot. Again,
gonna push
another
him.
precision
No,
that
I'm
just
kidding.
was not launched
I was
where I
going
wanted it
with
to be
you.
launched at.
Back
I
left.
don't know. Simon is gonna kill you if I do that. I gotta
Oh,
be
actually it
slow.
was. Just kidding.
Slow, he's low.
All right, so we've got 3 knocks, and I'm continuing to crack the armor. Now, I also tell you guys relatively often, don't shoot at people you know you're not going to get the kill for. And that remains true to this day. However, in this situation here, we're at end game. There's no more looting available. You're not going to have many bodies to loot. There's only 3 teams left. So I'm going to try my best to waste your fucking plates, especially when you're already fighting someone else. You're vulnerable and he can't touch me.
All right, 2 down back here.
There's 4 knocks.
Never mind.
And this is the love of a sniper. You know, this is just what snipers have to deal with. And not every game's like this, you know. I did have a match where I finished with 8,000 damage and 2 kills. We won. But it was not galore. And then sometimes, you know, I'll ball out. It is what it is. But if you guys are snipers, if you're trying to be snipers, don't let it get to you when you're doing a fuck ton of damage and not getting any kills. With the amount of self-res in this game, it is what it is.
Something that's illegal in the state that Savage.
So at this point here, we know where the enemies are. We think we know where the enemies are. We know there's one team here, and we think they're here. Why do we think they're here? Well, let's rewind to when I was sniping the bitches in the head. Which way were they looking? Which way were they fighting? They were fighting that direction. Well, that lets me know we're pretty much safe on our side. We might have a straggler, maybe, so always be on alert. But for the most part, these are the 2 teams.
What?
Now, also notice the circle
if
rotation.
incest is legal here, there ain't nothing illegal. Okay?
Notice
When I lived in
the
Arkansas,
circle rotation.
there was a law
Roll Tide.
that.
Why was it illegal?
There's a guy over here.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I'm pushing up with you
My
guys.
building, back left.
So we have 16 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and leave the high ground because we're going to have to make a play soon. We've got to get across. What I'm banking on right now is that these 2 teams will get in a fight. I'm hoping they start fighting each other, distract themselves from us, and we're able to cross.
Let's just see what pulls.
You're not normally that
Pull
lucky.
does. Pull does.
Yeah, let's try this building.
Jumping off blue to white right now.
I know a lot of
They're
things with
pushing
the
white.
pool.
You heard Art say, let's see what pull does, meaning let's wait for the circle to rotate
getting
before we
the roof of
push
this
in,
and,
because there might
dropping
be a
on the
chance it favors us.
No,
Again,
Bob, you
highly
fucking
unlikely,
bitch.
but it's still better safe than sorry in
boy.
this situation. The reason why we don't want to pre-rotate this is because they're going to be watching the windows. You got the team in the warehouse, and if we do pre-rotate right now, we're going to get fucked up. Pre-rotate as much as you can, but if you're in a position like this, situational, do not do it.
Go on my side, yo.
Again, my goal right now is to crack as many plates. I know I'm not getting a kill.
Armor box
I need to crack these motherfuckers.
Wait for it.
My priorities will change here very shortly, and we'll discuss why. But right
if
now,
it
again,
pulls up the
waste their
hill, we gotta
plates, so it
wrap
makes it
far
way
right.
easier to fight.
Oh, I don't know where it's shooting at. Oh, he's in the right window.
Broke a guy middle window above the door.
Cracked here as well.
Sorry, this one.
Far left window.
And technically,
44,
we should not be
44.
stacked like this.
Do not get picked.
And they're bailing off
We just
now,
gotta
but
see
again,
what
we
pull
were
is.
just
There's
because
separate
they're
plate too, and
box.
there's one in the
You want to
warehouse,
put
I believe.
multiple lines of sight on enemy. You want to, instead of all of us sitting up here, all 4 of us right here, and just beaming the same direction, we're going to split up for multiple reasons. Not just because there's another team, but no matter what happens, it's better to get 4 different lines of fire on enemies than just 1. Meaning if they do peek a window to where I can barely see them, my teammates can fuck them up from another angle. Or again, if they do face check a window, not only can I challenge them, but my teammates can again mess them up. So it's always better to separate a little bit and put different lines of sight on the enemy.
A mortar, so let me know if you're down someone ping it.
Oh, it pulls.
The other team did die, by the
Just
way.
really
We
quick,
completely
just get-
slept on that. Now look, this is what I'm talking about. This is where priorities change. This is the exact moment. So we need to do 2 things. 1, we need to smoke our asses across. Or 2, we need to get a pick. That's the only way out of this. It's a 4v4 and we are effed, bro. So I don't have any smokes. Let's pray to God my teammates have smokes.
You don't have smokes? He's got to get a pick,
smoke,
bro.
Smoke. Go, 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 go.
Good comms by me. Good comms by my teammate. Unfortunately, I was so far away from my squad member when he decided to throw them, I couldn't get to him. And if you look at me jump back over the wall, the reason why I jump back over the wall is again,
Yep.
look how
Smoke,
vulnerable
smoke.
I
Go, go,
was
Go, 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 go.
from the smoke. Right? Our comm should have been a little bit better. I really should have said that way sooner, given us a little bit more time to group together and push together, because this is the ultimate play. You want to smoke across and push the enemy's building for sure. But unfortunately,
their building, it's mine.
it didn't really work out for us
Fuck,
3.
dude, we should have planned that smoke a little bit fucking better.
Facts.
I mortared their building.
So now I'm going to try my best to suppress them with the drill charge.
They're all at white right now. They're not in the warehouse.
This is where the enemy team messed up. So all 3 of us had a cross in the open, and not one of them peaked. Not one. They could have got some easy shots on one of us. And again, if you get a pick in this situation, that gives either team the ability to push in.
I have a gassy, but
I'm still top left window. It's looking at you guys.
Getting
We can
spammed with
hold it. We
nades. I'm
can
trying my best to
have
flake from
angles
the
here.
left-hand
That's pretty
side.
good.
yeah.
And again, I'm waiting for a pick. There's
Got it
the
down,
pick.
got it down, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up.
That's the golden goose,
Joe
baby. The
Tardia.
moment you get that pick, not only is that teammate down, but most likely he's getting res, so it forces a 4v2. Granted, with
trophy mid.
self-reses, you don't know, but regardless, it's still a
got the res out?
4v3.
Yeah, really
So I'm gonna
wanna
try
push
my
that?
best to
No,
put,
get on top
put
of it,
myself
get
up
on
here.
top.
I'm gonna clear the roof, make sure no one's up here. We're clear.
I think the trophy.
And that's honestly a surprising thing too. We need to talk about that. Why the hell is no one playing this rooftop? They could have had a great vantage point on us,
Watch this door, watch this door.
but they got afraid. They
Yeah,
just
we
peeked
played this
windows. They
top.
wanted to stay
This is
together,
fun.
and they
We got
allowed
this,
us to do this.
You can peek in.
Downed one upstairs. I have to reset.
Pushing you. I broke one. Oh my god, another one on me in the bathroom.
Y'all pushed in the
Careful.
bottom. Y'all are psychopaths.
Downed one.
Yeah, I'm not too
thirsty
sure
one.
why our teammates pushed in the bottom, but they did.
It's a 3v1. We got this, boys.
Second floor.
Papa, just go with me. Just trade it.
He's
Just
got
trade
pistol.
it.
Wait, he's got pistol. No, he's got pistol. On me.
Where?
No idea.
Not today, chemo fuck boy. That's right, bro. What he said. And there it is. So again, we witnessed, and the reason why I wanted to really post this match is because we just collapsed big time. We fell apart a lot, but we got it together at the end. And notice how difficult the fights were for us in the beginning, how many times we died being split off, not working together. But at the end of the game, when push came to shove, when it really mattered, we worked together. Granted, the smoke grenade, we kind of fucked up, but regardless, we still worked together and got the job done. But really what I want to emphasize are the teams that we fought and teams that we wiped, how spread out they were, how they didn't work together, and especially the guys at the end, dude. There's no reason they should have allowed 3 of us to cross the street when we didn't have smoke grenades to help us like our dude Art did. They should have been peeking. They should have been playing the rooftop. They should have been separated in that building to prevent us from pushing their building. If we would have had that building, there ain't no way in hell we'd allow that squad to push across unless there was an act of God that changed the entire flow of the game. But again, the purpose of these videos is to let you guys learn from mistakes. I can sit here and post my best gameplays. I can sit here and post other people's best gameplays, and we will from time to time for sure. But learning from mistakes is the best way to improve. That's just like watching tape for Call of Duty, guys. I will say this, most Call of Duty players make the same mistakes as other Call of Duty players. That's why when we spectate people, we spectate the same damn thing every game, because this is what most people are doing. And it doesn't matter what lobby you're in. Every lobby is filled with people that do this. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel today. But until next time, man, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone.